is YouTube properly. Okay, hello. Okay, good. I'm seeing it reach YouTube. It looks like it's in HD. I always just want to check these because I always have issues doing this. And okay, I think we can get started. So hi, my name is Ching. I'm trying to stream my development of a SaaS business. And so today we're going to be working on our landing page. And specifically, we're going to split this up into two different things. So let me just pull up my screen here. And I'm going to pull up my notes. Okay, good. So we've been going through a couple different chapters here. So we've already finished building our business plan. Again, this is a product that's going to help people not manage their GitHub issues, but actually present their GitHub issues to project managers or people who don't use GitHub. So maybe if you're a developer, or maybe if you're a project manager and you keep track of all your progress on GitHub through issues and pull requests, and you need to present what you're doing, what you've accomplished, or what you're going to do to maybe other business stakeholders, people that don't use GitHub, and they're not too familiar with it. You want to arrange it in a way where it makes sense for them. And so right now, I think on github.com, it's not so easy or clear. They have Kanban boards, but it's not as flexible as maybe as you need it. And so I'm building a different way to show these GitHub issues for you. So that's sort of the business plan. We've written this out, and I've had live streams that went over this before. After this business plan, then we built a sort of a user flow and wireframe of what this app is going to look like. Yeah, and so you can see we have a bunch of pictures kind of drawn out. What we're going to do is we're going to have you sign into GitHub, and then you're going to load up all your GitHub issues here, and you're going to be able to create views where you can drag your GitHub issues into these views and group them in ways that you think will help your discussion with other non-developer stakeholders. Yeah. So that's wireframe, and then we then design the product on Sketch already. So the final Sketch document is here. All these links are in my live streams, so you can follow along with them. And then finally today, what we're going to do is we're going to start building the landing page. Okay. So we're going to split this, again, I said this, we're going to split this into two parts. We're going to prepare the copy material first and the images before we start designing the landing page. And then finally, once we have all that material ready, then we're going to then put it onto Webflow and then just build a simple landing page from there. I think it'll be useful to get this landing page ready and working before we even start building the product, because we can start articulating, not just to them, but also to ourselves, how this product will help them. Yeah. So once we articulate that clearly, then we can also see if there's any interest, or see if other people are also facing this this pain point, this problem. And then we can see if this product might help them. So we can just sort of generate a conversation in a sense. Is this something that is this a problem that other people face? Do you think that this product that we're designing, do you think this will be helpful, and so forth? And from there, then maybe we'll just have like a quick email subscription where you can just sign up and show your interest in this product once it's ready. And then we can also start getting a list of people that might be able to help us out, test this out, and give feedback immediately. So I think if we don't do this before we start building the product, then we might be building the product. I think I might use it, so that's why I'm building it. But if no one else is facing the same problem that I'm facing, then actually this time might be wasted. So I think this would be sort of a good first step, or step before we start investing a lot of time into building the product itself. Yeah. So so this live stream, again, we're just going to focus on only the copy material. and the building the image assets, because I think that takes actually quite a bit of time as well. It takes a bit of focus. Personally, I hate doing this part. I'm not a big fan of writing and preparing this material, and I'm not a great with words. Um, so I think I'm going to try to make this quick, and it's going to be painful for me personally, but I think we just need to get it out of the way. Yeah. So I've learned how to connect my iPad with my streaming service here. So I'm going to try to see if we can upload my iPad screen onto here. From there, that way, then I can, on one side, type out the text for the copy, and also on the other side, draw out some diagrams that I think I might need, or some images that I might need. So just kind of give myself some sort of flexibility in terms of brainstorming and thinking through this. So let's see if I can pull up this iPad screen, and let's see how it looks. Okay, good. So you see my iPad there. Let me just kind of drag it over to the middle here. Okay, so I have my iPad to my side down here. So I'm going to be looking down here while I work on this. Okay. Let's see. So how do I even start? So I think what we're going to need is we're going to first need the hero page. And let's see, you guys can see everything here. And then we're going to have like a sort of like a, I don't know what they're called, but a second slide where it kind of just dives into the issue a little bit more. Actually, I pulled a couple of different articles, and I just started reading through them, but I didn't finish reading through them. But maybe let's go through them together. That kind of just go over the basics of copywriting for a landing page. So I'm gonna pull up my desktop again here, and I think let's see. Here we go. So let's pull this up here. Okay, good. So this is just the top three Google results that I pulled up. So let's just quickly kind of go over through this, and I'll go through the thinking here. Step-by-step guide to writing your entire landing page copy. Good. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of templates out there, and I think we'll just use one on Webflow once we start designing this. Okay, yeah, so they just have sort of a general breakdown of how this is going to be laid out. So value proposition, good, okay. We'll solve this exact problem for you. Noticeable CDPA. And second, go a bit deeper, yes. So maybe just like one or two quick paragraphs about maybe what this product is and how it could help you solve this. And so and here we talk about how. Okay, good, that makes sense. How do we solve this? Good. We're going to skip the testimonials because we'll put that in later, but for now we don't have any users. And I think we'll probably try to expand on this how a little bit more. And I think instead of testimonials, maybe we'll have another section here that maybe describes what the problem is, and then see if there's anybody that resonates with that problem. And I'll go a bit deeper into what that problem is here. And then finally, just a final section that has just another CTA that maybe says something like get started or try us out a little bit. And then finally the bottom footer with your logo and maybe some page links. So it's actually pretty simple, but we just need to prepare this content and the wording for this stuff here. So that, again, that's what we're going to do today. All of this other small stuff, like these images, we'll prepare. I don't know what those images are going to look like. Maybe these icons if we need icons. Logo we'll quickly draft up. I've found a name for our product, and I'll share with you a little bit later. And then these links here, they're also very quick to set up. Actually, I don't think we're going to have links for now. Maybe we can put them later. And then we'll probably just have one sort of call to action link that says get started or something at the top. Yeah, okay. First up, identify the audience. Okay, cool. So maybe let's just follow these tips. Okay. So let me put this to the side here. And actually, let me see if I can just pull up my iPad on the side. Or should I pull up notes? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to type on my iPad here, but let's see if it'll show up. How do I make this bigger? How do I make this bigger? Should I just make it bigger like this? Okay. Oh, okay. Good. So if I type here, does it show up? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, so step one, let's see. Identifying. I think our audience is maybe developers who have to present their progress to non-technical audience. It could also be like project managers, maybe. I guess in a sense, anyone who directly works with or tangentially works with GitHub. Okay. Okay, so that's step one. I can choose the desired action. This is a good step. Show people sure the entire point of landing page copy, never landing page click is to generate an action. You want to, okay. I guess this is a good time to start thinking about when I'm going to start having people try out this product. Um, hmm. Because I think there will be a period of time where I just want their email addresses, and so I can tell them that I'd like them to start trying this out. Or it's also maybe just a indication of how many people might be interested in something like this. So it's just a count. But after I get this email address, and after actually I have a working version of the product, I'm going to start wanting people to try it out. And should they automatically sign up, or should I just keep them on the wait list and slowly roll people on so that we can, yeah, maybe we should do that. Okay, so step two, choose the desired action. So what we're going to do here is we want people to sign up for the waitlist, in a sense. Okay. So this is going to help us identify how much demand there is, if there is any demand. And then also we can start slowly rolling out this product to our early adopters in a drip fashion. And, and have them test out. So get feedback, knock out the bugs, and then once those are fixed, then you bring in another set of people and then have them test it out, and then work out those bugs and get their feedback, and then roll out some more features, and then bring in another set of people. So let's just note that even after product is ready and launched, we still open up the product to people on waitlist first. So people, even when the product is finished on the landing page, it will still say sign up with your email, or get on the waitlist with your email. I don't know if this is the best strategy yet, but I think maybe we'll just stick with this first for now. Okay. Auto sales process. Okay. Okay. Identify the core problem. Good. Okay, interesting. So we need to identify with me emotionally. How do we do this? Common parent concerns, children throw tantrums frequently with children, being mean to other children or siblings. Can't get your child off of screen. Okay. It's time to go deeper. Right? Effective conversion focus copies all of them. Going past the what, dividing to the why. Why aren't you simply looking for what parents are seeking help? Okay. Okay, step 3. Oh, it's still small. I just realized. How come I can't zoom, huh? Why is that not allowed? This is not helpful. I wonder if I should... I don't know. You guys read it. It's a bit small, huh? Maybe I should not have this, but actually I just have my iPad up. Let's see. I'm just going to edit this live. Okay. This is my iPad, and maybe let's just have it up here. Can you guys see it? It's big enough. Okay. Let's put it here. So it's just my iPad screen kind of put on top of my desktop screen. So as I'm moving this, you won't be able to see it, but it will keep it to the left of my desktop here, so you can read with me. Maybe I'll make my image here a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay. So you can still read, yeah? Okay. Good. Okay, so we're talking about step 3. Okay, identify the core problem. The core problem was, at least for me, not being able to organize and show my GitHub issues in groups, in flexible groups. I realized I haven't really demonstrated why I was frustrated with the current system. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe just create a sample repository. So we can use this actually for creating screenshots as well. Let's create a repository. Let's call it very important project. Okay. Oopsie. Open this up so you can see it. Let's close this out. I have the iPad so you can see what I'm doing. Why does this keep on popping up? What's this? GitHub repository to demonstrate frustrations in managing issues. Okay. Sure, why do we need for now? Okay, I'm going to create some sample issues, yeah? So let's say this is for a website, because my previous project was for a website. And let's say that there's just a number of bugs on this website. It's a React website, and let's create some issues. So for example, maybe um, about us page does not load. Okay, and this is maybe just like a UX/UI issue. Okay. And no milestones. We haven't agreed on when to do this. This is not so urgent. Let's see, create another issue. Maybe pages take over 3 seconds to load. And maybe this is a performance issue. Create another tag for this, label. And maybe let's create another one that's about authentication. Users cannot reset password. Let's create another label. Let's call authentication. Okay. And also let's put a bug. Put the bug one. That's a good one. Let's create another bug. Button spacing. CTA button spacing is too wide on Safari. Okay, maybe that we'll call that a UX UI issue as well. Okay, so usually the way I manage this is we'll create a project. We'll call it main project board. Let's use a template, basic Kanban template. And I'm just going to vocalize here on this live stream sort of the issues that I faced in my last project. And let's see if I can better articulate why I was facing these issues. So let's close these all out. Delete note. Delete note. Okay, good. So we have a bunch of these issues, and maybe they're all outstanding, and our client only has a certain amount of budget. And so we need to just tell them which ones we think are our priority. And so what I was doing is, for example, I think this is a big priority. So maybe then this one I would add another label and I would call it priority. Okay, and make it a nice red. Okay. And so in my discussion with the client, then I would say, let's see, priority. So we added that. Good. So in my discussion with the client, I would show them this board, and maybe there'll be a couple issues that are done. In my catch up with them, I'll say something like, okay, so X, Y, and Z are the issues that we completed. But then usually this done board has a huge list of issues that we've completed just over many months. But in fact, what I want to show them is what we've completed in the last 2 weeks, because they're not following along. But all of our completed issues, our closed issues, are in this done column here. So that's one. I wish I could have just pulled out some of these issues, even if they're closed, into maybe another column that's maybe done something like done in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. So maybe I'll have a couple issues that we've completed the last 2 weeks. All the issues that are done always go into this column, but maybe just pull 2 of these out here. But conceptually, those 2 issues should also appear on the done pile here. Yeah. So they should just exist in both columns. That's sort of what I wanted. Secondly, is I also need to prepare issues that that I think are priority that we should work on next for the next sprint, the next 2 weeks. And so we have a whole list of issues here to do, and I suppose I could have just brought the priority issues to the top because you can arrange them like this, and maybe just if we have about 30 issues here, we scroll down and find all the priority issues and just manually bring them up one by one. I suppose that's okay, but maybe they also want to see just a view of all the priority issues that are UX UI issues, so all the ones that are priority and this. So then what I would do is then I can maybe put a label here that says something like priority, or actually you can just click it. And I think I I don't know if you can concatenate, but maybe I have to look it up to see how you can type this in. So then you can put in a search bar, you can pull that up. But and that's doable. But we always have to kind of remember this text query to find the right view and arrange the tags and the labels in the right way so that we have the right issues come up whenever we want to go to that view. And we can only see one view at a time. So if we want to then go to maybe the ones that are all bugs, then we have to create another thing that's a bug here. Label bug. Oh, okay, this is how you concatenate. Okay. So then here's another query. And type that in. Then we get rid of the previous view. Another scenario is that actually no, we already went over that scenario. So then once we have this, then we also want to have maybe another column that says next 2 weeks. So these are the issues that we agree to work on in the next 2 weeks. So maybe I'll drag this one here. So we agree to work on this one, and we agree to work on this, which I suppose is fine. That's the best example. But I suppose what I'm trying to say is I wanted a different way to arrange these things where you don't just have to have an issue in one column or another. They can be in multiple columns. And so that's what this product is about. It's a different Kanban board where you can have issues in multiple, I call them views, instead of columns, the multiple views. So I guess the issue was that it was just a bit, it didn't feel as flexible as I wanted. It felt automated. It was definitely automated, but it wasn't flexible. So let's see. Let's go back to our notes here. So that's sort of the core problem, not being able to organize and show my GitHub issues in flexible groups. And surely there's a better way to say this, and I suppose we need to make this more emotional as well. So let's have a think about this. I'm a bit stuck. I'm a bit stuck on how to describe this frustration in an emotional way. Or articulating what this problem is. So my problem was, let me just do a brain sort of a scat. So Kanbans are too rigid. One group at a time, but they conceptually should be able to exist in multiple groups at the same time. We wanted to show, I could not show issues in a way that promoted healthy discussion with the business side of the company. So I want this to be a more fluid way of organizing GitHub issues. So in a sense, I guess the what's it called? The emotion is I felt like I couldn't communicate properly. So these are sort of, I guess this is sort of this is the main pain point. Okay. Actually, it shows. Yeah, this is the frustration here. I think it's these two actually. I think this is it, or at least a little bit closer than what we were on before. Okay, so I felt I couldn't communicate what we were working on, what issues were important. I couldn't communicate on stuff that I think we should focus on next, and sort of our progress over the last say 2 weeks or a month. And I just found the Kanban views to be too rigid. Okay, so I think that's probably the core problem in a sense. Okay, okay, let's move on. So identify the core problem. Yes. Write the value proposition. Okay. Okay. Value that you bring to the table in context. Don't talk about you. Talk about the customer. If you be the parent you always wanted. Okay. The goal of the hero shop value proposition is to ensure that you are in the right place as opposed to creating and generating immediate conversion for those ready to close with a targeted CTA that encourages requests and or demands. Okay. Okay. So the value proposition is something like, in a sense, sort of like um, creating a what's called a PowerPoint presentation using GitHub issues. I'm just going to write this down. We're not going to use it, um, but that's kind of what this is. Like I have a message that I prepare, and maybe this is just coming from my consulting background, but I have a message that I prepare for the stakeholders, the managers, and or the product managers, and I want to arrange the GitHub issues in a certain way to promote that discussion, promote that conversation. And so I want one page where it shows all the prior issues. I want another page that shows all the issues that we completed in the last 2 weeks. And I want another page that shows UX and UI issues that I think would help clean up the site. And another page that shows the most expensive issues that I think will require quite a bit of investment to solve. So our value proposition is, in a sense, sort of creating a simple way of creating views. Yeah. Um, so maybe it's organize your GitHub issues in the way you want. Or it could be like showcase your GitHub issues to promote a healthy discussion. I'm just spitballing. I'm just writing down all the bad ideas. It's not so much organized, because organizing talks, you kind of think about tagging your issues and so forth. It's more about sort of displaying it, placing them on a table in a sense, showcasing, I guess. Showcase your GitHub issues with stakeholders. Let's see. Maybe it's like create reviews using GitHub issues. I mean, that's exactly what we're trying to build, but is it the value proposition? I'm not too sure. I think we're going to stick with this one for now. But it's not on the ball yet. Okay. Let's move on. Write the follow-up. Oh, I see. Okay, so this value proposition is going to be in the hero slide. And it's kind of like organize your GitHub issues in a way that makes sense to normal people or to non-developers. Maybe this one. I think this is where it's valuable to get feedback from people. Are they let's see what message resonates. Okay. We can just I don't want to stick on this for too long, so let's move on. So write the follow-up, okay? So what does that look like? After okay, creating follow-up section. Okay, yeah, so this just goes a bit deeper here. Okay. So in a sense, let's see. So yeah, he used the list earlier, the core problems. He kind of lists out those core problems. And from there, explain how this product takes you step by step through the first 5 years of the child's life. Right. So maybe the first paragraph is something like, "Are you experiencing these problems?" And the second paragraph is, "This is how our product will help you solve it." Yeah. Okay. So if we look at our core problems here, we have about 7. And let's see. I'm just going to start spitballing some text that will be in this first paragraph up here. Something like, you have issues organizing your GitHub issues on a Kanban board. Something like, do you wish that you can place GitHub issues in more than just one column at the same time? Maybe these are just kind of lower level questions, but maybe we need to go a little bit higher up. Do you have trouble communicating your progress to non GitHub users? So it's not this. It might just repeating number 3 here, sort of. It's sort of like, because I imagine a lot of people when they present to and then present it to stakeholders, non-GitHub stakeholders. Maybe what they do is, and I don't know, I need feedback on this because I don't know what other people do, but what I was originally doing was I was just actually copying and pasting all of our GitHub issues into another form, actually into Excel. And then from there, then I would kind of handpick out a certain number of issues that needed to be addressed or communicated, and then I would create a slide from there. Uh, and of course, it doesn't have to be this way. That's why we're building this product. You should be able to just connect with GitHub and then have all your latest up-to-date issues kind of pulled up. So it's basically kind of creating extra work on top of GitHub issues. Where GitHub issues are already, the granular, they're already a very good way to keep track of your progress and have discussions about what should be focused on next. But we don't have the best way of showing them yet. So maybe, are you tired of copying and pasting GitHub issues into another format when presenting your progress with stakeholders, with managers and stakeholders? I say product managers and stakeholders. Okay. Yeah, I think it's generally all these questions here. Now, I guess these are kind of emotional in a sense, because you're supposed to feel this frustration. What other frustrations did I feel? Okay, so maybe this is the problem paragraph. And let's turn this into a bullet point. Okay. And let's also turn this into a bullet point. And this is the solution paragraph. Maybe this is the second paragraph. Okay. Let's turn these into numbers. So we're developing a new app that directly connects with GitHub. So that you can organize your GitHub issues in a better way when presenting to your stakeholders. And this is sort of where I want a diagram or a drawing of sort of what this is going to look like. So it's probably going to just be maybe a sketch. This is where I can use my iPad and draw. Just a sketch of what I'm drawing out basically right now. So maybe we'll call this critical views. And I think I already have this on Sketch actually, designed out. And then your GitHub issues. And I want to show that you can have sort of these issues, and you can sort of drag and drop here, and maybe you'll have that cursor that looks like this. So you can drag them in here, and you can promote. And using these sort of dashboards, these views that you create, you can promote that discussion. So usually in these landing pages, the top part, the hero page, maybe it's a different contrast. So maybe if it's light up here, then the next section is going to have a dark contrast or a background, sorry, or it could be vice versa. So maybe a dark background on the hero and then a light background for the second one. And so I think I want to keep this diagram here in the second section as well somehow. And so sort of the key selling points of this thing is that let's write out key selling points, is that GitHub issues can be placed in multiple views at the same time. That's not the best way of saying it, but create as many views as needed to promote this proper discussion with management. I guess these selling points are sort of the 3 points, these 3 things here. That's so common on landing pages. Okay, let's just scroll down here. So I think we finished step 5. Oh, step 8. Let's go to step 5. Okay, step 5, here we go. Okay. Let's just read through this a little bit. Okay. Just concerns. Okay. Be the principle you could follow paragraph to address parental concerns from the list. Okay. How this product makes teach you step by step the first 5 years. The parent your children for a number of you, okay? Okay. End page copy, step 6. Write the how. As we do. Let's go to how, okay? Interesting. They never resonate with how until they resonate with why. That makes sense. Such preference. How will deliver these concerns? I use the icon thing approach. Yes. Okay. So actually, we're already doing this here. So this is step 6. Write the how. Okay. You can save your views and edit them as you like. This is a terrible one. So actually, the first one should be this one here. I think it should be create custom views and drag GitHub issues into them to promote proper discussion with management. So it's maybe place the same GitHub issue in multiple views at the same time. Save and share. We don't have any functionality to share the views yet. I don't like this one. Let's take this out. This is a terrible one. Let's just put it below. Place the same GitHub issue in multiple views at the same time. Organize your issues in a way that makes more sense to humans, not more sense to non-technical stakeholders, not just developers. Yeah, maybe that's it actually. Okay. Maybe there's a bit of a good selling point here. I don't know if there's. I imagine there's probably communication issues between developers and non-developers quite a bit. Okay. Okay. So it says don't go too deep. But always try to keep it tying back to the central problem. Yeah? Okay. Social proof. We don't need this yet. Actually, we do need it, but I'm not going to do it yet. Let's see. So you can do social proof either through reference or through volume. Okay. You can just show 100,000 customers are using your service or something. at the final CTA. Okay. So let's just document this out. Oh, step 7, include the social proof. We're skipping this for now. Come back to it when we have more feedback. Okay. And finally, number 8 is, where do we go? Add the final CTA. And this final CTA, I imagine, should be the same as the first CTA. Okay. Yes. So they've already read to the bottom. They were interested. They're actually kind of keen, and so you want to just try to catch them once they went to the bottom already. So our CTA is going to be something like sign up for the beta waitlist. I hate the term waitlist. I want to be very clear to them that we're going to just slowly roll this out and get feedback as we go along the way. There can be better wording for this. Bringing it on a drip basis so that we can get your feedback and continue working on them. Okay. So actually, I have most of my text. We need to clean out the text for the landing page. It's not great text, but we have most of it actually now. Actually, this guide was great. I'm going to just create a link to this thing here. So at the end of this video, I have the link here. Oh, I already have it actually. Yes, this is the first one here. The first one that we followed. I put some other links here that I haven't gone through yet, but I'm sure they're great. These are just top 3 sites that I found on Google, so you can also just Google this. Okay. So even though I put my thoughts all here on notes, so I can just do this on my iPad and have it sketched out at the same time while live streaming this. I'm going to copy and paste all of this stuff into our Notion, so you also have a copy to it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So let me just go through this again. So actually, this is where we start. This is the actual landing page copy. Yeah. Change to the subheading. So this should be number 5, 6. Okay. Oh, sorry, it's including this one here. So we should start with number 4. Okay. Okay. So these are the top 1, 2, 3 is sort of just an exercise, just to have us be in the right frame of mind. Our audience, who's our audience? What is our desired action? We want people to sign up for a waitlist. And what is the core problem? And we sort of listed out a couple of these things. Okay. And then from there, then we're able to sort of start writing the copy. So the value proposition is something like organize your GitHub issues in a way that makes sense to normal people and non-developers. So actually we have our text here. We can just copy and paste this into our Webflow. And then we have the second section. So actually here, this value proposition, this is going to be the hero page. And I think we also want an image to the right. So let's think of what that image is going to look like. So it's going to be something like, actually I wonder if it should just be this. Let me pull my sketch. Let's see if we already have something that we can use. project Mulan. Okay, opening twice. So let's see. Yeah, it's kind of something like this. Oh, here, so I'm going to close my iPad so you can see it. It's kind of something like this. You can drag and drop your issues into here. Yeah. It looks quite plain. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't inspire me that much. So maybe the landing page, and let's just create a lot of space here. So maybe I'll have like a, oh, insert a drawing. How do I do that? Insert drawing. Here we go. So it will be something like, I'm going to bring up my iPad again. Okay. Maybe we'll show like the Safari browser, right? With those three dots here. And then we'll have our logo. No, we don't have to have our logo because, so let me just clarify what I'm saying here. So let's say this is our landing page. Then we will have the logo here. We'll have a call to action up here. We're going to have our main text, this main text that we've seen over here. Let's see. Yeah, organize your GitHub issues in a way that makes sense to normal people. So we'll have that here. And then here we just want a sort of image. Yeah. So I'm going to draw out that image here. So this image itself is going to be another Safari browser, I think. Just to show you it's a web thing. And I think what we're just going to say is we're just going to draw a couple of views. Maybe we'll make a column. And then maybe we'll have like a big GitHub logo. I think it's like a cat or something with a tail. So GitHub logo. And I think maybe I'll just assign this on Sketch. Yeah. So it will be like, you know, priority issues. And next 2 weeks. And all bugs. Yeah, and we'll draw the issues in there. And we'll show that we'll have the name, and we'll have maybe like number 5. And so sometimes we'll also have the same issue, name number 5. Yeah. So this one will be number 6, name number 7, and you can also have your number 7, right? Something like that. That's sort of want to go with. And then we put the GitHub issue to show that it's directly linked with GitHub. Okay. So I think this will be this image here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'll design this on Sketch. And we talked about the sort of the main value proposition here. That's the hero page, and this is the second slide. And I think, do you have issues organizing GitHub issues? Let's change the copy. Do you have problems? Or let's see, let's reword this. Let's start with number 4. Okay. maybe it's instead of do you feel that Kanban boards are too rigid? Maybe it's that. Do you need to place GitHub issues in more than just one column at the same time? Okay. I think so. Maybe we'll have these sort of into like 3 blocks. So if we enter another drawing, so let's say that this is our page, right? And then this is our new section. And we have 3 problem paragraphs. And maybe we should have diagrams for each block here. Let's make this bigger. Okay. So maybe this first one, we'll kind of lay it out like this. Yeah. And are you tired of copying and pasting GitHub issues?